Okay.
You should be looking under the security button and just allow participants to share screen. It happens sometimes. Zoom can be a little finicky even after all these years of people using it.
Thank you, Catherine. I think you're able to share your screen again.
I think I'm good. I'm good now.
Thank you so much.
Sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share a few tips with you, just kind of put things into perspective you may not be thinking about now, but I want you to think about down the road. The first one is don't compare yourself to others. And this advice, this tip applies to everything, especially for the CPA exam. Many people studying for the exam, they get discouraged, they get demoralized. And the reason is because, you know, their classmate passed it in 3 months and it's taken them 6 months or a year to pass a section. That doesn't mean anything. So the first thing is don't compare yourself to anyone. And that includes your, don't ever do that. Not for the CPA exam, not for anything else. Okay. Each individual is unique. Each individual, they have their own circumstances. So that's the first thing you have to do. What works for others may not work for you. So don't box yourself into anything. It could take you 4 weeks to finish a section, but it should take you 4 years. And I don't want it to take you 4 years. It will not. But I'm trying to exaggerate to remind you that it could take one individual 4 weeks per section to finish. So they can finish within 2.5 months. And an example of this, a person named Ian Shaw. I know many people like this, but the reason I use Ian because when he passed, he thanked me. So one of the people that he thanked because he used my material, but he finished all 4 sections in 2.5 months. That's fine. You're not Ian Shaw. Don't compare yourself to him. It may take you 6 months to finish each section. 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. That's 2 years. That's fine. It may take you 4 months per section or 3 months per section. So don't compare yourself to anyone and just work. Study hard now, so it's easier for you later. That's the most important thing I can tell you. What's the best CPA review course? That's another common questions I get. That's why I'm trying to address those questions, but you could always ask again. The one that works for you. Now, most of you, if you're going to be working with the Big Four, let me ask you this, Reem, does the Big Four recruit from your campus? PwC, Deloitte, KPMG?
Yeah, yes.
Yes. Okay. So most likely you're going to get Becker. So all of you will have access to Becker, which is great. It's a gold standard. Team Deloitte, great. Yes. So you'll have access to Becker and you'll be in good shape in a sense that you have the resources you need. So having Becker, it will work for a lot of people. But what's going to happen, you may need something other than Becker. I don't want to turn this into a sales pitch, but I will talk about that later. I will tell you what I can offer you in addition to Becker that's going to help you pass. Like Ian Shaw used it in thousands and thousands of Becker students use it. I will circle back to that. But the point is, there is no perfect CPA review course because they all teach the same material. Whether it's Becker, here we go, have KPMG. Whether it's Becker, Roger, Wiley, or Gleam, they all teach you the same material. Otherwise, they will not be in business, or myself. Now, the way they teach it, it will be different from course to course. And we'll talk about that later. Let's see. Few tips and tricks. I hate to call them tips. When you're studying for the CPA exam, you treat each topic as this is the only topic being tested. In other words, once you choose a topic, you focus all your effort on this topic and you assume that's the only topic. If you pass this topic, you'll pass the exam. If you treat each topic like this separately, you'll be good to go. Join groups. There's a lot of groups out there. There is Facebook groups. There is Reddit. I'm very active on Reddit. Facebook groups. I am active on few Facebook groups. Maybe you're a Facebook user, maybe not. For example, follow people like myself on LinkedIn. I do have a group on LinkedIn, but it's not very active, but I post on regular basis on LinkedIn. Find a support environment because you're going to be in this situation for 1.5 years up to 2 years now. So find a support team. You could always reach out to me. Many people reach out to me as their support team, as their support mentor. I'll be happy to play that role. Don't worry about that. But you can follow me on social media, follow other people as well, and work with others. Another tip I always give is to record your notes on your phone. So just by the way, my 7-year-old son is coming now, just in case there's some some noise in the background. So always record your notes on the phone. And what do I mean by this? One person told me, do you say that I should talk to my phone? And the answer is yes. Talk to your phone. Talk to your phone to do what? After you finish studying a session, and this should apply to your courses as well right now in college, record your notes on your phone. So when you're walking back from the library back to the class, or you're walking from the class back to your car, or you're driving in California, the traffic is horrible as far as I know. I've been there only once in San Diego. You would listen to your own notes because you studied the material. Now you're sitting in the car and you would listen to your own notes again. And sometime what I suggest you do, even record stuff that you don't fully understand and listen to yourself. And sometimes it will start to make sense. When I was studying for the CPA exam, I used to use a Walkman. I'm not sure how many of you knows what a Walkman is. Yes, it is horrible, the traffic. I've been there only once, but I hear nightmares. So I used to use Walkmans and CDs and cassettes. Back then, CDs were, really high tech. Cassette tapes to record my notes. So use the technology to your advantage with the iPhone. It's a great system to have. Let's see what else. How long should I study for the exam? That's another common question I get all the time. How long should I study? And people think there is an answer for that. There is an answer for that. There is no answer for that. There's no answer for that because each, as I told you at the beginning, each individual is different. And I'm going to show you 10 different reasons why each individual is different. And those 10 different reasons, those are not the only 10 reasons. Those are the 10 reasons that I can think of and I can easily explain. 1, your education and your GPA. Where did you go to school matters, the school that you went to, because depending on the program, the rigor of the program, and your GPA, how well you studied. Now, also GPA could be inflated. That could be a good indicator. That's 1. 2, your motivation. How motivated are you? Someone's motivated, they're gonna buckle up and study 3 to 5 hours, solid 3 to 5 hours. Someone that's not motivated, they're gonna sit for 3 to 5 hours and maybe study half an hour. How motivated are you to pass the exam? 3, time gap. We talked about this. When did you graduate from college and when did you sit for the exam? That time gap makes a difference. The longer you wait, the higher the probability you are not going to pass. Okay, so don't wait. So if somebody just took the exam immediately, they're going to do better than you if you wait a year later to take the exam because you're going to forget all the material. Your age is a double-edged sword. What do I mean by this? When you're younger, you can study for longer hours. You can work and study. When you're older, you may not have that energy to do that. You may not have that energy to do that. But also when you're older and you have some experience, you might be more motivated. You may be more mature to connect the information. So age is a double-edged sword. So that's why don't compare yourself to anyone because age play a difference. Experience. If you are working in the field and if you are working in the auditing field, well, audit will be an easy exam or should be an easy exam for you. Why? Because you are working with the audit day in and day out. If you work in tax, well, the tax section will be easy for you. If you're working in financial reporting, the FAR section will be easy for you. So if you're working in tax and your friend is working in financial reporting and you're finding difficulty passing FAR and they're passing FAR, well, there's a reason. They work with this information every day. And what I suggest you do is if you are working in tax, let's assume that's your specialty, keep tax for last. So keep the reg exam for last. Why? Because the longer you wait, the more experience you're getting in the field. So as you are working, you are gaining experience in the field. Therefore, you will keep it for last. I'll skip international candidate because this, international, we're not talking about international candidate. English as a second language. Now, I want to clarify this. When I say English as a second language, it doesn't mean it's going to bear on your pass rate. My English is a second language to me. But if you have an English as a second language, it might take you longer to understand certain topics, but does not mean you have a better or a lower pass rate. I'm not going to say whether it's lower or higher. It doesn't make a difference, except I'm talking about how long it's going to take. So English is your second language. It may take you longer. But it doesn't affect your pass rate. The CPA review course that you choose will make a difference. Certain CPA review courses, they take much longer and explaining. Okay, I'm the longest one because I go in details. Others, they summarize things. So depending on which CPA review course you take, and sometimes if that's summarized, you might have to listen to it 10 times. So that makes a difference too, which CPA review course. Your overall general academic ability. How fast can you learn things? Some people, they can spend 5 hours and finish a chapter. Some people can finish 2 chapters in 5 hours. Some people can only finish half a chapter in 5 hours. Just your general academic ability. It has nothing to do. Thank you. Let me see. It has nothing to do with your, thank you. It has nothing to do with your general academic ability. It has nothing to do with your success. Okay. And what's the 10th one? You know, are you taking this as a second attempt? Are you taking the exam? Because some people take it for the second attempt. Well, if they're taking it for the second attempt, they might have a higher chance than you if you're taking it for the first time. So for those reasons, for those 10 reasons, and those not the only 10 reasons, there is no answer for how long you are going to study. All what I can tell you, the more you study now in college, the better off you are down the road. Any questions, comments about those 10 factors? Any questions, comments, anything?
Yeah, Mr. Farhat, I do have a question.
Please.
So I'm taking Wiley Plus for my accounting classes, and it does provide CPA review courses. Have you had any experience with anybody benefiting from utilizing those questions or that course?
Yes. Here's what I suggest you do. I'm sorry, I did not catch your name, but in Wiley Plus also there are PDF files that are study guide. Download those files and keep them for yourself. Okay, and those questions are extremely helpful. Those, because Wiley has a CPA review course and Wiley Plus, it's the same company, it's a sister company, so they feed into each other. Absolutely, those questions are very good, but since at some point, once the instructor closes the course, you will no longer have access to this, but there is the study guide. Go to each chapter, there's a study guide, download the study guide. It summarizes each chapter. You have 24 chapters. It's summarized. They give you multiple choice. They give you true, false. They give you exercises, and they give you the solution for those. Do that. That you can keep. You cannot have access to the system after it closes, but you will have access to that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wiley Plus is a great system. Whether it's Wiley Plus or McGraw-Hill, they're all good, but I know I'm very familiar with Wiley Plus. Absolutely.
I have a question, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, not at all.
Do you recommend more than one CPA review course, or do you think that they like overlap?
They all overlap, of course, because they all teach you the same material. Most likely, are you going to be hired by the Big Four? Is there a good chance?
No, I'm going to mid-tier.
Okay, that most likely also they will give you Becker. And if not, all CPA courses are good. They're all good. They're all good. Whether it's Wiley, Becker, you guys have Roger in California because he's from California. He's well known. I'm pretty sure you know who he is. Or Gleam. I believe in 4 national ones. Again, I'm going to name them: Becker, Wiley, Roger, Gleam. Those are the ones I really believe, they are comprehensive. You can rely on them. There are other ones. I believe they are secondary. I am not a CPA review course, not by all means. What I do is I find the gap and I try to fill that gap. That gap is stuff that you forgot. The CPA review course don't go into details into anything. They summarize because they assume you know it. Like basically they assume you just went into your classroom, your professor explained it, and now you go from your classroom to the second room where Becker is teaching you. That's not the case. You're going to learn it, and 3 years later, Peter Olinto or Tim Garrity might try to summarize it for you. You'll be like, it's going to go above your head. So what you do, you go on YouTube, you'll find me, then you subscribe to my channel to get that detailed explanation plus the practice. But this is basically what happens. So one CPA review course is good enough. Now, what you can do sometime, what end up happening is this, what I would recommend. After you finish Becker, after you use my material, you might say, you know what, I want to practice more. At that point, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks before the exam, you will buy the test bank from Wiley. It's $120 or $150. And you will buy 2,000 CPA questions and 200 simulations, and you practice those. nothing wrong with it. And if you want to buy a third test bank, by all means, you know, nothing wrong with this. But one CPA course is good enough. Good. Okay. Any other questions before we proceed?
I have a question.
Sure.
Yes, thank you for your presentation. And I always watch your videos on YouTube. You know, I always tell all my classmates, you know, that to watch your videos before our midterm or even, you know, finals. It really helped me so much. But I just also noticed like combining your Farhat lectures and
Yes.
like, for example, I'm gonna get Becker. I noticed like a lot of LinkedIn, like they get like more than 90 or even some of them are getting 95 and above.
Yes, yes.
So
Yeah. You don't need to get 95, get 75. It's basically, I do this as a marketing technique. But yes, they do this. Believe me, the people that get 95 and 99, they don't even need me. Okay. But yes, I would help them get 95, but you don't need it. You just need to get 75. I will help you get 75 because no one cares at the end of the day whether you get 75 or 99. And the reason I say 99 because that's the highest grade. Because at some point somebody get 99, told them like, why didn't you get 100 as a joke? Said, well, 99 is the highest. And this is the first time I knew that 99 is the highest. So yes, the people, the candidate that take my course, but I have candidate that get exactly 75 using my material plus Becker. So I wish I cannot guarantee 95, but I will help you pass the exam. And that's all what matters. And if you want to get a 95, by all means, I will post your LinkedIn and I'll be happy to do that.
I have a follow-up question for that.
Sure, absolutely.
Is there an award like if you pass 4 tests 95 and above, or what does it call? I forgot the.
It's Elliot. I'm sorry, I can't think of it, but I will try to Google it right now as I'm talking about this. 75 is not the most efficient. Somebody said this. Let me see who said this. It's Justin. It's the perfect grade. And Eric, thank you, Eric, for watching my lectures all day. Yes, so 75 is the perfect score. But yes, let me see. I have a couple of my not my students, but a couple of people I know. They got that award. Let me just Google it real quick. And if somebody want to Google it real quick, just say
it's Elijah Watts.
Elijah Watts. And I believe you have to get 96, I believe, as an average for all 4 parts, 95 or 96.
Yes. Yeah, 95.5 or higher.
95.5. There you go. So how would that help? Well, it's gonna, when you post on LinkedIn, you're gonna stand out. Okay. What does that mean? It means this individual works hard. This individual is motivated. That's all what it tells future employer. That's it. Is it a good thing? Of course, it's a good thing. You belong to a special club. Yes, why not? And I'll be happy to help anyone that wants to get there, of course. But it's a signal about you, about your performance. But some people, they can get a high grade on the CPA exam and not be a good CPA on the field. And you can have someone getting 75, and when they're on the field, they do a great job and customers love them. What you do as an actual CPA, which we'll talk about that a little bit later, is different than passing the exam. I pass the exam. I help people pass the exam. I am an average plus 25,000 bonus. That's nice. But I consider myself, I was an average CPA candidate. Oh, 25. I did not know that. I did not know you got monetary value, I guess, for that. Eric said this. I can't confirm. I'm not aware of that. Or bonus from your firm. I'm not really sure. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. The goal is to pass the exam. If you want to get the award, that's great. Otherwise, just make sure you pass. Okay. So the CPA exam is not difficult, in my opinion, or at least you want to make sure you learn the basics very well. And how do I know this? Why am I so confident that it's not difficult? Because I have 10 years worth of questions from the AI CPA. The AI CPA released their questions. I'm sure it depends on the company, yes. The AI CPA released their questions, and I do get those questions. And I look at those questions, and they're basic questions. Nothing is difficult. It's easier than your college exams, in my opinion. It's easier, some of the exams I give, it's easier than exams that I know many teachers, many professors on campus give. So it's not difficult. It's more comprehensive. You cover more territory, but it's not more difficult. The difficulty is not that much. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go over each section fairly quickly and tell you which course relate to that section. For example, FAR. To study for FAR, you need to study for intermediate accounting, and sometimes you could have 1, 2, or even 3, advanced accounting and governmental accounting. So think about taking an exam that covers those 3 courses all at once. That's all what FAR is: intermediate, advanced, and governmental. Obviously, when it comes to advanced accounting, it's light information. When it comes to governmental, it's basic. But think about taking a comprehensive exam. And that's why I keep telling you, the more you learn now, the easier it's going to be down the road. That's FAR. For audit, you're going to take 1 auditing course. The audit course that you take now, keep the book, keep the textbook, keep your notes, keep anything you can, because there's only 1 auditing course. Now, in some schools, they have 2 auditing courses. Usually it's the same book, or sometimes they add some IT. Whatever course you take, keep your auditing textbook. They're going to be very helpful, as well as intermediate, advanced, and governmental. But auditing is extremely important because it's 1 course, 1 textbook, 1 section, get it out. Okay, that's auditing. REG is tax 1, tax 2, which is personal tax 1, personal income tax. Tax 2 is entity, and maybe some parts of business law. You know, business law 1, business law 2, parts here and there from business law. When it comes to BEC, BEC is a bunch of topics: managerial accounting, cost accounting, finance, which is corporate or basic investment, macroeconomics, microeconomics, a management course, a little bit from a management course, a lot from MIS, Management Information System. So BEC is a bunch of topics meshed together. This section is gone. BEC will be split between FAR and will be split between this information systems and control specialization. So this is going to be gone. It's not going to be gone. There's going to be some reorganization, and I will send you the link for those, you know, explaining what's happening. You can watch it if you're interested. But this is 1 slide summarizing connecting your textbook material, your courses, to the various CPA course. Any questions about this slide? Good. Okay. And I'm going to show you a few pictures now for motivation, for discussion purposes. Here's the first one. You know, don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. So today, don't judge yourself. Okay. Today, if you know your intrinsic value today is practically nothing today, but your future value is worth a lot. That's how you should be thinking. So although you might be learning in boring stuff, terms, definitions, equations, exercises, don't worry. Everything will pay off down the road. You have to stick to it. It may take you a few years until you figure out what you want. Then after you figure out what you want, it's going to take you a few years to start to build your career. So always judge yourself based on the future. And I wish I can meet each one of you, and I wish I can invest in you now and get 10% of your future earnings, because I know the future is bright for accounting careers, for CPAs. That's the point I'm trying to make. So believe in yourself, invest in yourself. It's going to be good. Okay. And don't give up on your dreams. And this is Netflix starting with a warehouse. All what they're doing is mailing you DVDs to watch it. Very boring business. And you'll put the DVD or the game back in the envelope, and you will send it back to them. Not very sophisticated, not very sexy business. And you see where Netflix is now. But they started with renting DVDs. Very simple idea, right? I'm just gonna get some DVDs and rent them, and just make sure they get to the customer, give the customer an envelope, they can send it back to me. Very simple process. Growth is part of the growth is struggle. Okay. So if you don't feel pain, if you don't feel you are making an effort, you are not improving. If you're not frustrated, if you're not stressed, you're not improving. Okay. Notice here when they're planting this, you know, everything is over, then you will start to grow. And this is how it works. It could be per chapter, it could be per topic. But that's the concept in every single thing. It's in your career. You can treat this as your career, this picture as your career, and you can treat this for one chapter in your textbook. Okay? I struggle, everything's over, I give up, then I start to grow. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Basically, they cover the same theme, but I believe it's important. Don't shortchange yourself. Invest in yourself, invest in your career. Don't be afraid to spend money if need be to grow professionally, educationally, whatever needs to be. Okay, invest in your dreams. Learn everything you have a doubt about. Don't have doubts about anything. Right now you have, forget about the internet. How many of you in here heard of OpenAI? Come on, guys, I want to hear the text. Just say yes, 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 or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yes.
11. Okay,
Oh,
12.
the chat's gonna be rolling in now.
ChatGPT. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's the future. That's the future, guys. You want to leverage this. I'm trying to leverage this now for the benefit of you. It's a work in process. But what I'm trying to say, you can learn about anything real quick. You should not have any doubt. You should not go to sleep one day thinking about something and you don't know anything about it. You just look into it. It's as simple as that. You'll either rule it out or you keep investigating until you say yes, no, drop it, keep it, whatever. Okay, so invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. 20, 30 years ago, before the internet, we did not have that chance. Now you do have that chance. Make sure you use it. Okay, don't be shy to invest in your dreams. Now be careful with the snake oil people. Like, don't just throw your money away. You could always ask me for a second opinion or ask someone else. Connect with people, connect with professional people on LinkedIn. Have a trusted mentor that's going to guide you, help you, especially if you're a first generation college student, which is like I am. Just so you know where you're going. It's a little bit complicated. Sometimes I'll think about stuff that I missed in college because I did not know it. I wish somebody told me some simple stuff. So find a good mentor. Even after you graduate, find a good mentor at work. Always have a good mentor, someone you can ask for second opinion, professional second opinion. And this picture is self-explanatory. This is 2009, and this is 2019. Okay, notice what happened. The pilot's job is gone. The cameraman is gone. They're both gone. They were replaced. So if you don't keep up with your education, if you don't keep up with, I don't mean traditional education. You're going to finish traditional education soon. Most of you will finish. That's why you are in this Zoom meeting. But education don't stop. Really, education starts after you graduate, because this is when you start to learn about what you like. And you do so because you're going to hate your job, because you're going to hate the people that you work with. You're going to hate the things that you are doing. I mean, when I say hate, I'm using it in the wrong context. I don't mean hate like in a negative sense. You're not gonna enjoy it, which is fine. Everything that you do, it's going to pay off for you down the road. I'll tell you, after college, my second job after college was cold calling people. My undergraduate degree was finance. So I was cold calling people. I was cold calling people to sell them mortgages. Okay. And I hated it. I did it for 3 months and I left. Like, I ran. I didn't leave. I ran. I gave up on it. But it taught me how to pick up a phone and talk to a stranger trying to sell a stranger money, which is mortgages. It did help me down the road with my communication skills, but back then I hated every second of it. Okay, so when I say hate, I don't mean you to look negatively at it, but I'm saying is if you don't evolve, you will fall behind quickly. And here's my picture. Adam just walked away, but here's my picture and Adam when he was 3. And the reason I have this picture is because Westchester University, a state university, a local university where I live, they send me I teach there, and I teach there part-time, and they send me an email about Q&A panel. Adam, I'll call them Q&A, CPA Q&A panel. And I thought, the accounting club is inviting me just because, I'm a professor, they're inviting me. So I did not know why I was invited. So I just, sometimes you don't read your email, right? So I walked in and I took my son with me because I know they have pizza and, this was pre-COVID. So I walked in there and I saw, oh my God, you got Becker, Gleam, Sergeant, Wiley, and they had my picture up there. I was like, what's going on here? Like, this is, why is my picture up there? It's like, well, you're on the panel. I was sitting here on the panel. I did not know that I was not attending as an attendee. I was on the panel. They treated me as on par with the other CPA review courses. Now, the funny part is this individual here, his name is Chris Kakoza. 3 years later, Chris Kakoza was representing Becker. You don't know Chris. Sometime you might see him and actually you will see him in Becker videos, but he's not one of the national instructors. Chris Kakoza is the person that introduced me to teach for Becker. So I was teaching at another university called the Sales University. And Chris is there as the head of the business department. So he hired me to teach 1 or 2 MBA courses. I met him. I told him I like, teach for the CPA. Back then, Becker was offering classes. So he's the one that hired me like to teach for them. And I taught for Becker for 1 or 2 years because they used to have live classes, like physical classes. And he was representing Becker. So the coincidence was now I'm basically at par, Farhat at par with Becker, that's not the case, but the point is at least someone thinks so. So the point is back to Netflix. Don't give up on your dreams. Dream big, but you got to take small steps day after day to get where you need to get. Okay, it takes time, but you will get there. You will get there. You got to believe in yourself. Any questions, comments about these pictures? I hope you like them because I use them in every presentation.
Congratulations on all the progress.
Thank you. This is really old. I mean, this is, I think, end of 2018, this picture. Thank you, Reem. Thank you. Yes, Adam is, he's the person that keeps coming he's waiting for me to finish because he just got from school. Here's what the picture I'm gonna give you before you leave about your journey becoming a CPA, okay? And this process is gonna repeat itself. It's like, think about a sword. When you make a sword, you start with a piece of raw material ain't worth anything. And this is what you are right now. You're just a piece of metal. Here's what's gonna happen when you join your CPA firm. You're gonna put this piece of raw metal into the fire and beat it to hell out of to shape it into a sword. That's what's gonna happen first. Then you put it in the water to cool it off, only to put it back into the fire and beat it again. That's gonna be your journey. You're gonna rinse, repeat until this piece of raw metal becomes an awesome, strong, and sharp sword. And that's what you're gonna become. You're gonna go from a raw piece of metal to this sword. That's knowledgeable sword, strong sword, sharp sword. This is your journey. So just be ready for this. That's all what I'm gonna tell you about this. At the end of the presentation, I'm gonna invite you to visit my website, farhatlectures.com. As a student, connect with me on LinkedIn, email me, tell me you were in this meeting, and I'll give you 1 free month. Please connect with me on LinkedIn if you haven't done so. LinkedIn.in/Professor Farhat. Connect with me on Twitter. I'm sorry, this is Instagram. Please connect with me on Instagram. Connect with me on Facebook. It's not that important, Facebook anymore, but Instagram for sure. And connect me on Facebook as well. Yes, my Farhat Lectures. Twitter, I'm not that active on Twitter. I'm active on Reddit, and this is one of the good groups, support groups that you can join as you're studying for your CPA exam. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. This is my website. Thank you, Justin. And this is all. I'm just gonna open it up for questions and whatever you want to ask. I'm done. I mean, I can. Absolutely. I'm looking for questions.
So I have a couple questions. Have you heard anything about when companies like Becker are going to release their new courses for the new CPA exam? Have you heard anything about that?
Not yet. Believe me, Becker most likely waiting for Wiley. Wiley is waiting for Becker. They're waiting. Who's going to take the jump first? I don't know. I would say, if I have to guess, I would say maybe by September, October they should. But I'm gonna try my best. Whatever topics I can work with, because there's some. What's happening in the new exam? There's some reshuffling and some new topics. The new topics. I mean, I'm also. You're asking me. I was like, I don't know when I would have it. I would like to have it today. But you have to remember, you would think these companies are large and everything, but it's not easy to get the manpower to organize everything, even Becker. But I would say a company like Becker, with their resources, I would say by October, November, they should have it. Now, but bear in mind that most of the material will be the same as the current exam. There'll be some new material, but mostly reshuffling.
So
So I
yeah,
would say 90% of the material today, I'd say 85%, just a wild guess, just to get you to the point where the material is there, it's going to need reorganizing. Does that make sense?
does make sense, which sort of answers my next question, which was
Yes.
if we plan on taking the CPA exam in 2024, the new one, is it worth studying the material that's currently available from Becker or whatever?
It's the same. Let me send you this YouTube before I forget. Let me just let me go to. I should have prepared this at the beginning before I got here. But on my website, I have those. If you go to my website, farhatlectures.com, and under blogs, I have a blog for each one of these changes. But let me send it because I have a blog section. I don't know why I'm not being able to. Okay, this card here. Okay, I see. It's my mouse. Okay, there we go.
I just posted a link to your general channel. If you want a specific video, then that's where you can.
Yes,
link it.
I have 2,200 videos.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's why I want to. So that's one of them. Let me see if I can, from this video, I can get you the playlist immediately. That's the easiest way for me to do it. Hello, everyone. In this session, I'm going to be looking at the CPA exam changes that's going to be taking place in 2024. Specifically, I'm going to look at the old FAR and tell you what's going to happen to the new, in quote, FAR. So what's happening to the FAR, to the new FAR. Sorry, my mouse is not working. Thank you, Elieto. Thank you for the comment. I appreciate it. Let me see if I can find the playlist for this. Let me see here. I'm going to go to my channel real quick. From my channel, I can find it. Farhat Accounting Lectures is a supplemental educational tool that's going to help you with your CPA exam preparation as well. Sorry, just I closed both. Maybe this playlist. If I'm lucky, it'll be this playlist. No, it's not. Let me go through it again. Not yet. Give me a few. Yeah, I watch. And anyone in here watch Shark Tank?
I think I found the playlist. You're looking for CPA exam evolution 2024, right?
Yes, it should
5
be 5
videos?
videos. Yes, 5 videos. Could you please share it? Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So if you want to go in there and see, just mostly shuffling of information, but you could always reach out to me on LinkedIn or through my website. And what's going to happen, I can work with you, tell you what's the best way to do it. And I do have an article, guiding people whether you are starting 2024 or you are going to be taking some before 2024, what's the best strategy?
All right. Now, you mentioned a little bit about OpenAI.
Yes.
In your experience, has OpenAI been helpful in learning accounting concepts?
Yeah, some concepts it's helpful. Yes, of course it is. Yes. Why not?
You actually tried and it's good?
I tried it. Of course it's good. Of course it's good. At the end of the day, you're the one who's using it. Yeah, OpenAI is very, very effective. The good thing about OpenAI is this. You can ask it the question to explain it to you in simple terms. You can ask it to give you examples. So there are many ways you can ask the question for OpenAI. Yes, of course it is. I'm not asking you to use it. I'm asking you to think of an adoption for you to make money out of it too.
I'm just curious about your experience in it. So since you're
it's super.
Okay.
Yes, super good. Is everything in it? No. Is everything in it 100% accurate, correct? No, but it's a good way to start. Good place to start. Okay. Leverage it. It's way better than Google. I'm sure you use Google, right? It's 100 times better than Google.
Okay. All right, good to know. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, I have a quick question. But before I ask my question, I want to say thank you because when we were on the pandemic, right, and we were virtual, we didn't have any social interaction with our classmates. So I just watched your videos. You were like my tutor, right, on YouTube. So I want to say thank you because I'll graduate in May, hopefully, if I pass all my classes, and I'll for sure keep watching your videos.
Sure, you should. Please do that. Finish, keep going. And as Catherine said, yes, you gotta double check everything, absolutely 100%. So use Google as a second check, use your textbook, because it's sometimes it writes something that it doesn't make any sense. Again, you're not talking to a person. Sometimes it might write a paragraph that just doesn't make any sense. Okay, just double check everything, but it's really a good system. It's a good tool.
My question is just to be quick.
Please.
So your supplementary, like your for the CPA review, like how is that? Could you explain or elaborate a little bit more? Because currently I have Becker. I'm planning to take the exam sometime after I graduate, but I agree, Becker's, I studied through the winter. Some things are summarized, like if you know, if you know, for example, in what way would your supplementary information help? Would it be like through forms of other lectures? Is it like
Let me show
or flashcards?
which section did you start with?
FAR. I studied with FAR, yeah.
So you have FAR 1, FAR 2, FAR 3. You're familiar with that, right?
Mhm.
So what I did is I created my courses. So this is my Becker supplemental. I'm gonna click on FAR, and after you click on FAR, if you preview the course, what's gonna happen? I organize it exactly like Becker. FAR 1 M1, FAR 1 M2, FAR 1 M3, M4. So what you do before you start with FAR, so let's assume you got to F1 module 5, discontinued operation. Becker might spend like 10-15 minutes explaining this topic. I might spend 45 minutes explaining the topic from scratch. So if you view my material, take my multiple choice and view 1 or 2 multiple choice I explain, you go to Becker, you zip through it, and that's it, you ace this topic. We go to accounting changes and error correction, same concept. I explain it from zero. I give you multiple choice, true, false exercises. You do it, you jump to Becker F1, M6, boom, it goes very fast.
Okay, for sure. Thank you, and I'll try and check it out. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm gonna give everyone a 1 month free anyway. I will send you the code. I'll send you the code now. How many people are attending this meeting? I believe 49. We started with 40.
Yeah, we have 48. We briefly had around 52. We'll
Sure.
definitely share it with our chapter of BAP. I think we shared it with a couple other chapters, and we can talk with you about that if you want to maybe do something with them.
Yes. I'll just give, if you want, if there's more people, I'm willing to give 100 free samples, for 100 people to use it for a month. That's not a problem at all. So Junior, you can look at it and take care of it. I appreciate you on qualified business income deduction. I was using my video, filled in the gaps for me. That's exactly, if you guys would read, I'm sorry, who was that? Let me go back to the chat. If you read what Sarah said, this is exactly how you would use my material. Okay, so I will fill in the gaps. I will fill in the prerequisite. This is exactly what I do, and you will be good to go. So when you get to Becker, now it makes sense, because Becker assumes you just left your classroom. That's a fault. They all do that, and that's why I have a business. Otherwise, I will not have a business. So I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining, but that's what they do. Any other questions? Anything?
If no one has questions, would you mind stop sharing your screen so we can take a picture?
Yes, I want the picture. I'm gonna create a 50 code right now, give it to everyone, then I'll give you another 50 code later. Do you have international tax videos? Yes, I do, Nicholas. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Just give me one moment. And yeah, I want to take the picture. I'm more excited than you guys are. Just give me one moment here. 1 second. Let me get the code first. I don't want to forget the code neither. No, Adam, keep the, no, Adam, keep the, Adam, no. I want for the picture. Okay. Give me a moment here.
Take your time.
Okay. Let me get the code first. It will take a minute. I know you guys are in a hurry, right?
I think everybody's just so excited that you're here. They're willing to stay.
Thank you. Likewise, I get excited meeting students all the time. I love it. because I know the future. I know you guys would remember me. You guys don't know this now, but later on when you're successful, I feel part of it. Okay, I really do. 1 second, I'm generating the code as we speak right now. It's being generated. And I'm gonna make it CSUN. I'm gonna make it for 1 month. I'm gonna create 100 codes. So
Thank you so much.
absolutely, but it's one, it could be used for 100 people, but 1 month free. Obviously, if you can't afford, you could email me and I'll give you another one. That's fine as well. So I'm gonna send the code right now. I need that. Where's the chat? Zoom. Okay. It's CSUN, but let me just share it with everyone. So when you go select the course that you want, and at checkout, this is the discount code CSUN, and you have access to all the courses, all of them, no exception.
I did have a question. Would it be possible to get a copy of your slides so I can share it out to everyone that was in the meeting as well?
Oh yeah, do you mean the PowerPoint? Absolutely, I'll send it. Yes, Adam, I'll have Adam in the picture as well. Come on, Adam. This side. Okay.
Much
And
appreciated.
come on, guys, go on camera. We want more cameras, more people on camera.
You guys are
It
going-
certainly makes the picture look better.
Yes, come on, guys.
I'll give it a couple
More
seconds.
people
but
on camera.
Please
Yes.
turn on your cameras, guys.
Oops, sorry. Go.
Okay. I'll give it like 5 more seconds.
Okay. Smile, Adam.
Okay. I'm gonna take the picture. Ready, set, go. Okay, and then the next one.
Give me a moment to save this. And
I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good.
Good.
Sure.
Please share it. I'm gonna post it on social media
I'll
and
put the
connect
picture.
with me on LinkedIn so I can tag you as well. Reem, I'm gonna tag you and tag as many people. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I'm always here for you guys. I mean, again, I'm basically an email away or a LinkedIn message away. That's all what I'm gonna tell you. You could always reach out to me for any second opinion, whatever. I'm always here for your support.
Before you go, I have one quick question.
Sure.
I do want to take advantage of your resources. Definitely this summer, I was wondering if you could tell me what the magnitude looks like as far as your material, like how many hours can I expect to, or how many hours do you offer in total if that makes
How many hours? It's endless. Because I
Okay.
always keep adding, Bernardo. And don't worry about the hours. Sometimes you may use my material, you may not find it enough, you may have to go to another place. Here's what you need to invest, Bernardo, as much time as possible to succeed whatever you're doing. Don't count hours. Just need to get
Okay.
to the finish line.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, and for everyone asking if there's access to the recording, I'm gonna post it on the BAP YouTube channel within a week. So I'll update the BAP group chat.
Thank you.
With-
Then I would also link. I will also share on my YouTube as well. Thank you, John. Can't wait to tag when we pass. Please, I will be happy. That's my favorite thing when I wake up and I see people tagging me that they pass. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Let me just increase this so I see the names. 1 second. Thank you, everyone. How come I can't? I just want to see the chat in total so I can see your names. How do I increase this? Thank you, everyone. Sorry. I'm very grateful. Thank you. Likewise, I'm grateful to be here as well.
if you'd like, you can pop it out. If you go hover over the like bar at the bottom, there's a thing that says chat. And there's like a little caret next to it. Sometimes you can pop it out.
I'm trying.
Okay. It's at the top
There we
of
go.
the bar.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Nee, Anastasia, Alalido, Selena, Junior, Alma, Eric. Thank you, guys. Calvin, Sarah, John. Thank you.